And God came to Balaam at night and said to him, If the men come to call you, rise and go with them. But only the word which I speak to you, that you shall do. So Balaam rose in the morning, saddled his donkey, and went with the princes of Moab. Then God's anger was aroused because he went, and the angel of the Lord took his stand in the way as an adversary against him. And he was riding on his donkey, and his 2 servants were with him. Now the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way with his drawn sword in his hand, and the donkey turned aside out of the way and went into the field. So Balaam struck the donkey to turn her back onto the road. Then the angel of the Lord stood in a narrow path between the vineyards, with a wall on this side and a wall on that side. And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she pushed herself against the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, so he struck her again. Then the angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow place where there was no way to turn either to the right hand or to the left. And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she lay down under Balaam. So Balaam's anger was aroused, and he struck the donkey with his staff. Then the Lord opened the mouth of the donkey, and she said to Balaam, What have I done to you, that you have struck me these 3 times? And Balaam said to the donkey, Because you have abused me, I wish there were a sword in my hand, for now I would kill you. So the donkey said to Balaam, Am I not your donkey on which you have ridden ever since I became yours to this day? Was I ever disposed to do this to you? And he said, No. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way with his drawn sword in his hand. And he bowed his head and fell flat on his face. And the angel of the Lord said to him, Why have you struck your donkey these 3 times? Behold, I have come out to stand against you, because your way is perverse before me. The donkey saw me and turned aside from me these 3 times. If she had not turned aside from me, surely I would also have killed you by now and let her live. Numbers chapter 22, verses 20 through 33. Most workplace believers I know tend to be task-oriented, motivated visionaries, and they will do just about anything to make their project successful. This great strength can, if not properly bridled by the Holy Spirit, be a great weakness in their ability to fulfill God's will in their life. Sometimes we want something to succeed so much that we fail to listen to that little voice inside trying to warn us by directing us on a different path. Such is the case with Balaam. He starts out as a man of God, but then takes the path of a prophet for hire. God is not pleased with Balaam's decision to respond to a pagan king's request that he curse Israel. As Balaam rides his donkey to keep his appointment with the king, God sends the angel of the Lord to stand in the way and oppose Balaam. Although Balaam does not see the angel, his donkey does. 3 times the donkey turns from the path, and 3 times Balaam beats the animal in anger. Finally, the donkey turns around, and to Balaam's shock and amazement begins to speak to him, admonishing his master for beating him. Imagine a donkey talking to you. He warns Balaam of the angel of death who is standing in the road with a sword drawn, ready to kill Balaam if he continues. There are times when pushing harder, trying to manipulate the circumstance, or pressing those around you is not the appropriate response to have to the roadblock. God may be trying to have you reconsider your ways. God may be doing one of 4 things when you are faced with an obstacle. Number 1, He may be blocking it to protect you. Number 2, His timing to complete this stage is not the same as yours, and He may need you to go through a process of character refinement. Number 3, He may want other players to get in place, and the circumstances are not yet ready for them to enter. Number 4, He may be using the process to develop patience in you. Relying on Him to know which one applies to your situation is the key to moving in God's timing. This has been UpReach, a presentation of the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee. I am Kyle Bolton, the pulpit minister at Church Street, and I would like to personally invite you to come and share times of Bible study and worship with us each week. We meet every Sunday at 9 o'clock a.m. for our morning worship, followed by our Sunday school for all ages at 10:15 a.m. Then we meet again at 6 o'clock p.m. for our evening worship. We also have a midweek meeting for devotion and Bible study on Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. Have a blessed day.